Hello and welcome everyone again into another video. In today's video I will showcase top 5 teams using CORSOLA. Top 5 CORSOLA teams, call it whatever you want. The team you see here is actually not the team I used. It's like a combination of the teams that I used. So this is more like what you see here, what you see there is like just a bait for those people like, oh, this is not the team you played. Because hey, these videos are educational and you're supposed to watch it fully. I apologize for not uploading as much videos as I used to because I'm extremely sick and I can't use my voice for more than like 2-3 minutes. So if you appreciate the content, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video as always. And now let's go to this video. So I used I think 6 different teams using CORSOLA, and in this video I will showcase which one is the best and the good ones. So if you don't have one of these, you should have the other ones as long as you have the CORSOLA. If you don't have CORSOLA, keep hatching. I was told that the hatch rate is higher than the previous event, and CORSOLA is back, and it's a must Pokemon. It's like playing GBL without having Azu, you know? It's like, yeah, I don't know if you can do it. Or like previously without having Lickitung. Now, CORSOLA is the new Azu or Lickitung or Umbreon, whatever you call it. It's the new best bulky Pokemon. And first team was actually the strongest. I do believe it's CORSOLA, Wiggly, and I think Alolan Sandslash. So before any team, I will pause it and talk about it. So this is the strongest team, and in fact, this is close to the team I was running in Toronto Regional, and I ended up winning most of the matchups where I brought those 3. But when I didn't bring them, I lost. Why didn't you bring them yet? Because some people just had like ultimate quarter breakers, such as like what would this team be weak to? As an example, Dunspots. No, not Dunspots. Diggersby. The opposing Diggersby would be tough. But yeah, this was actually the best team. If you don't have CORSOLA, what you run? Shadow Drifloon. Shadow Drifloon is the best replacement for CORSOLA. So game number 1 here, we ended up... Oh my... Holy, I ended up pulling a video from 3 years ago. So this is going to be the best team. So if you have those 3, these are actually the best. If you get a good lead, you're not supposed to lose this game. If they lead Feraligatr, you go to Diggersby. Diggersby does beat Feraligatr in the 0, in the 1, and in the 2. Once you land the move. If you bait, it's a much easier one. So here, opponent caught a big move on their Mandible. So I'm just gonna get to a move and then swap out. I don't know why I did the third. I did the third there literally just to catch, and now I'm just going to farm them all the way down. I'm not going to throw anything. If you hate Wiggly, you can just use Azu, but I did not use Azu because I didn't want to be weak, triple weak to something like Serperior, because Serperior does beat CORSOLA in the 0 and in the 1. CORSOLA wins only the 2, depending on your IVs as well. They brought in the Claude. I'm just going to go to Diggersby now, and my Diggersby is going to destroy this Clodsire. Clodsire is still decent. It's so good of a Pokemon. The CORSOLA matchup is in fact not even bad. Depend on the CORSOLA IV. If the CORSOLA is top IV, yeah, it's a slightly bad, but it's playable. So here they brought in the Feraligatr, and you can see in this matchup that this is actually not a bad matchup. Look, they are forced to shield, and we get the attack fell. I can shield now. And in fact, if you are greedy, you can even bait and make their life 10 times worse. I'm just going to go straight for the Scorching Sand. I will try to catch on my Wiggles at one point. I think I was supposed to catch there, but I didn't catch. I didn't care to catch. More like, so I'm just going to go to my CORSOLA. They were trying to catch, and if you see, that's why I did not throw. I was waiting for them to catch, expecting their own play. If you expect, you are supposed to play and expect the opponent's play. So in that matchup, I was waiting for them to catch because they have to catch if they want to win. I'm queuing into a shiny CORSOLA. Shiny CORSOLA does look nice, to be honest. And here, because my team has 2 hard counters to CORSOLA, so I'm just going to go and try to catch a move. We ended up catching a Prime Ape on my Diggersby. That's not nice. But Diggersby, believe it or not, Diggersby is good at getting shields from Prime Ape, because if they bait here, you destroy them. They always don't bait. You could actually, once they do that, you could just no shield. So you could just 2 shield and then quick attack them down. They throw a charge move. Why didn't I just go Wiggles? I don't know. I felt like Wiggles is going to be good against their backline. So let's see what they do. They brought in their CORSOLA. I'm just going to go to my Wiggly, and they brought in Citadel. So Citadel is the first evolution. I think that's slightly bulkier than Cetitan. And I'm just going to play the 2 shield here. if I shield the body slam, I think I will be in a tough situation. But I think because Citadel is bulkier than Titan, they do get 3 avalanches in this matchup. And as you can see, this should be a 3rd avalanche. Usually, like, stuff don't get to 3 nukes against Wiggly, but I think Citadel is just tanky enough to do that. So they can't farm us down. They they have to throw. And I'm just not going to shield because I don't have a shield. And then we farm them down. And for the people who ask, what IVs should I aim for? Top 200 for now is good. In 2 months, it won't be good. So for now, you can settle for like a top 200. Like, look at this matchup. We destroyed this Pokemon in the lead and in the back. They swapped into Kanto Marowak. I made a mistake by not catching the 4th move, but to be honest, this Pokemon is just a core breaker to everything I have, and I don't want to reveal my my Wiggly. So what's the play here? The play here, I'm just gonna no shield. Sorry, I'm just gonna shield. Never mind. I'm just gonna shield, and then if they shield this, I will go to Diggersby. If they don't shield this, I need to catch on Diggersby, so you'll see me going for the catch. And now we can just a quick attack all the way down. I don't need to throw the next one. But to be fair, I should be able to quick attack down. And as you can see, we almost did it. I think opponent made a misplay here. Just let the thing go down, to be honest. We did not get the debuff, but to be honest, I don't care about the debuff because I can just get 2 Scorching Sands and then swap out. Nah, there is no reason actually to swap out, like force them to throw here, because they can't jump us down. And now I'm just gonna do 3, 4, 5. Okay. And they have a Marowak. I think the Marowak is 1 away. I could have done 1 more and then throw. And they have a Moltres, and we win the game. I noticed that in this matchup, if you have a bad IV Wiggly, you die to the Brave Bird. But if you have a good IV Wiggly, you survive the Brave Bird. So make sure you also have a good IV Wiggly. But what is a good IV? Like top 200 is fine. This matchup here, CORSOLA into Dugong. Straight Power Gem, you win the 0 and the 1. They win the 2 if you go straight Power Gem. So what do we do here? I'm just gonna play the 1, to be honest. I'm not planning to shield. They swapped into CORSOLA, and we're just gonna go to Diggersby, and Diggersby just destroy everything about CORSOLA. This is why Diggersby is so good. If you haven't invested in your own Diggersby, I think this is the perfect time to build your Diggersby, because Diggersby is just so good in the current meta. Like into grass with energy lead, you beat all the grass as long as you have 2 shields, because once you land a fire punch into the grass, you can pretty much quick attack all the way down in the 2, except for Jumpluff. But to be honest, Jumpluff matchup is already close enough that because they can't farm you down and you just outpace. They threw the Icy Wind. I'm just gonna like overfarm slightly and then go for the Nightshade, and this Nightshade is supposed to take them out. They bring in Wiggles, and I realized that I can't get to a move, so I just need to settle for Nightshade, and hopefully they shield. They did not shield. So what am I gonna do? What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go to Diggersby right after this and go for the Scorching Sand. And now go for another Scorching Sand. So am I gonna shield? 100% I have to shield. When you play against something that has Icy Wind, always save something at least with 1 HP, so you can switch to it and clear your debuff. So I'm hoping that they don't get to a move here, which they didn't. I think they just faint with it. And now we know that Wiggles destroy them all the way. So I do think that Wiggly is just extremely underrated in the current meta. I mean, Diggersby is just meta. Like, you can't say Diggersby is anti-meta. So remember when I was making fun of my opponent last game? I'm in that situation. So now I'm running a different team, which is Azu, CORSOLA, and A/. I think that the main thing about this team is that it's good as long as they don't have a Diggersby. It's good into stuff like Malamar. It's good at pretty much against everything except when the opponent has Diggersby. I eventually changed my A/ here into Malamar. It was a suggestion from SJ in chat. So if you want to run this team, I recommend Malamar over A/, because Malamar is just a better safe swap, and this team I realized that it just doesn't have a safe swap. So here they swapped in Morpeko. Against Morpeko, if you're Azu, you shield from the electric version, sorry, the yellow version. Don't shield from the hungry version, because the hungry version that can't hit Azu with super effective as you can see now. I just don't shield this one. So that's the best way to play into Morpeko. Let's see what the opponent gonna do. I have to instantly throw, even though it's bad timing. I simply don't care because I just need to do this. And if I go for good timing, they get to the move before me. So that's the reason we throw on bad timing there. They bring in Diggersby, and I think when they brought in Diggersby, they actually gave me a chance into winning this game. So they will throw a Scorching Sand. I did not get that bubble. So why did I go CORSOLA here? Because I want to force them to throw their energy, because remember that Fire Punch is double super effective into A-Slash. So if I go A-Slash, I simply lose the game. They bring in the Jump Left. So remember how this game was the most hard counter game in the world? We led Azu into Jump Left. We had our CORSOLA into Diggersby. Look at the game now. It's actually extremely close. I have to shield this. And we just throw. And now it's just a race to the next move. I think they have the next move. And now I'm gonna swap into CORSOLA because this Fire Punch is supposed to KO. Remember, it's double super effective. And now whoever gets the first nuke wins this game. Nightshade is double super effective, but it does enough damage. I played this matchup so much that I actually know how much Nightshade does. Next game, they have Malamar. And you can see that I am weak to Malamar in the back. I tried to click on the switch. I ended up clicking on top of the switch instead. And now I'm in a tough situation because I gave them so much energy lead. So I'm just going to go straight for the Ice Punch at this point. And we ended up shielding for no reason. I'm expecting them to bring in Malamar. And now we're just going to go straight for Ice Punch. Remember, to take me out, they have to throw Superpower. And they throw Superpower, and I think I ended up catching a Superpower. Usually they only have one Azu answer. As you can see, this is not an Azu answer. In fact, a Azu does beat A-Slash. So now all we need to do is just chip them as much as possible. So I'm not going to shield this. I'm probably just going to throw an Ice Punch next. I'm supposed to throw Play Rough, to be honest, because it does more. It's single resisted. Ice Beam is double resisted. But it was like 100% shield for my opponent because they have 2 shields and they just don't have health. They bring in the Malamar here, so I'm just going to go straight for the Nightshades. We don't have to be fancy or do anything weird. All we need to do is just tap our way to victory. Opponent ended up throwing good timing. I think they should have thrown in bad timing, but I remember that I had a shield, so that was the reason to throw in good timing. They threw the foul play. It does take out. I'm just going to go A-Slash, and then the A-Slash should win me the game. And that was a good game with another CORSOLA team. Now moving into the next one. We have CORSOLA with Wiggly and Gastro. So this team is more of like a Degen team. I'm like, wow, they actually have Ice Fanged Drapion. What a Spice Lord. And the problem with this is that they lose to Wiggly. We're like, if they have Poison Sting, they would have been able to win against Wiggly. As you can see, we won the 0, and they have a CORSOLA. I don't know what's the opponent's plan here, but I like it because I'm going to get to a charge move and debuff them. And then you go to Gastrodon after that thing die. So what's the play here? The play here is basically we have to go Gastrodon and just mud slap them all the way down. And then we're just going to build up some energy. I don't need to shield the first move. It doesn't KO. And they still can't farm us down. So I'm just going to throw now on good timing. So we shield, we do 1, then throw, then we do 1, then throw. Let's see what the opponent will do here. Body Slam, another Body Slam. And they ended up catching. I'm like, wow. And then we get denied, and they're like, wow. Why would I get denied? And I'm like, wow. They get to another charge move. Nightshade doesn't KO. And now all I need is just to farm them all the way down, I think. I don't need to throw anything, to be honest. And look at that. They are doing Shadow Claws, but hey, you know what was doing more? The Stab Astonish. Now moving into the last team, which is, I believe that was the strongest, even though it has so many Core Breakers. So many Pokemon destroy this team. But I ended up going 4-1 twice with this team. It's basically Morpeko with A-Slash and CORSOLA. I think if you run something like Wiggly over A-Slash, that would make it a better team. But I do think that this team actually was the most fun to use. The most dominant one as well. Like, look at this matchup. What is this that A-Slash gonna do, huh? Nothing. I ended up baiting, and now they shield this bait, which put me in a million times better matchup, million times better situation. As like, okay, now I can just throw on 5 every time and just bully them. Like, okay, now I win the 2, okay? And I still have some health, and I'm 1 energy ahead, I think. I'm 1 fast move. They bring in Polyrath. I ended up, because my Morpeko is a traded IV, it's actually a good rank. I get to a Psychic Fang, and I'm like, look at that. Morpeko just swept their team, and now all I have is just CORSOLA and A-Slash against Drifloon, which we get destroyed. The problem with this team, though, is that it loses to 1 Morpeko. So I played it weird here, where I baited. I think the best way is shield the first, like my opponent, and then once you land the Aura Wheel, you go straight Psychic Fang as long as you win CMP. So I have to shield this. And if you have Wiggly here, there is no reason to shield, right? Because you have Wiggly to destroy that. I'm just gonna swap out because I just don't win anymore. So I have to switch out. So I have to shield here because they outpace. And I think opponent here had CORSOLA and, CROSOLA. CROSOLA days are gone, okay? You guys will see this game why. So, since we're non-shadow, so we don't take that much damage. But remember that our defense is dropped, okay? It's no longer full defense. So what's the play here? The play here, basically, we just tank the energy and then swap out. So me swapping out, remember that Morpeko gets to a Psychic Fang in 4, but I am 2 Astonishes, which is 3 seconds to get to the Power Gem. So that gave me the advantage of getting my Power Gem before they get to the Aura Wheel, and now we are in a 10 times better situation. So remember that I told you that this key team is weak to A-Slash. This is, to Morpeko, the opposing Morpeko, because my Morpeko does not win CMP. And then look at that, we get a catch. Because the way we played it, I was like, okay, the only way I win is by getting a shield advantage and giving that shield advantage to my Sandslash, which ended up sweeping their game because they are weak to Sandslash in the back, as you saw. Next game, we do win this, but the problem is they ended up running Fury Cutter, which made this matchup much closer than it's supposed to be. I'm like, what the heck is happening? I'm supposed to destroy them. Why my health is going down kind of fast? And the answer is they have a Fury Cutter. I think Slice Henry was making fun of the game. I was like, okay, you know, like you see a matchup, like, oh, this is a good matchup. And you look at their fast move, oh my god, how this became a bad matchup. So I fought here for shield advantage, and opponent here swapped into Drapion. So I'm just gonna punish the Drapion with A-Slash. Non-shadow A-Slash makes so much sense against versus the shadow against the Drapion, because you can tank the moves way more comfortably. And here, look at that. I didn't get to my move, right? Because the move, the last one I got was delayed, like as you can see here. See? Like, watch. They get to the move here before me, and we're supposed to get to the move at the same time, which means I lost a turn because this game is stupid. This game does not work. That made the game way closer than it's supposed to be, even though I'm supposed to easy win that game. But hey, we have to adapt. And luckily, we had a CORSOLA, and CORSOLA does destroy Sandslash, because Sandslash just doesn't have that much bulk. And because they have Fury Cutter, I ended up being in a very healthy situation. But like, yes, Fury Cutter does super effective into Morpeko, but it's resisted into CORSOLA. So yeah, that's pretty much it. All the teams I used. I think I used 7 overall, but these are the best 3. The first one and the last one were pretty much the best. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I apologize for not making that much content because I can't talk. You can tell from my voice. If you appreciate the content, make sure to leave a like on the video. If you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.